Bortle here at the Epik Cards and Games OTS Championship with whoa. Introduce yourself and what you use today, man.
Hey, I'm Kentrell. I'm from Oklahoma, and I use Altergeist.
Nice. And you won this event, correct?
Correct.
Oh, wow. Champion. There's some hard hitters in this tournament, too.
Yeah. Coming
Nice.
from OKC.
So, what deck did you face in the finals?
Finals was gren maju.
Gren maju. That
Yeah.
just won the YCS. How'd you beat it?
With a lot of trap cards.
A lot of trap cards. All right, let's see the spice then.
All right, let's see the spice. So, Altergeist, obviously, you're going to play the best card in the deck. So, one of that. 2 Sequitus. 3 Multi-Faker. Or, Meluseek, or Marionetter, my bad. And 3, Meluseek. That's pretty much, this is really the best card in the deck. Like, this gets around so much. Like, in the finals, my opponent had D Fisher up, and like, this just attacks and sends it to the graveyard. He couldn't do anything about it. And this card, I keep trying to cut this, but this is really important, especially in the Grand Maju matchup. Like, they attack, and you just negate their attack, and then you target a monster on their field or any card, and you negate it. So, they can't do anything. Sangan, man. Searches anything, hand traps, and your whole entire deck. So that's pretty much it for the Altergeist cards. Moving to hand traps, 2 Ash, really good. The little spicy thing I had, which kind of won me against the Orcus matchup, 2 DD Crows, really nice, really nice. And then 1 Rock, which I only got to use 1 time against a Dino player. He just extended so much, and I just smashed his whole entire field.
Are you citing the other 2 copies?
I am not. So
Just the 1 rock.
just the one spice. I actually don't like this card. Like sometimes it breaks in your hand. So, but it's there. It's good against combo. Moving into the spells, you're gonna have the best spell card. Extravagance is expensive, but it's expensive for a reason. So I always top deck this like crazy. Really good. 1 Duality, just to dig deeper in your deck, and 2 Call Body Graves. It's kind of like your trap version of DD Crow, and then also it protects your extravagance. And when you try and search for multi-faker. That's it for spells. Moving to the traps. I only played 1 Manifestation and 1 Protocol. You do not want to draw the trap cards in this deck. I mean, you can draw the Protocol, but you really don't want to draw too many of the traps. So I think this is a better ratio than having 2 of these and 1 of that. So never was short of traps. 3 Spoofing. You have to play it. I know it sucks drawing 2, but even drawing 2, you can still do a whole bunch of shenanigans. So. Now, don't flame me. I was supposed to play a different deck, so I didn't have my other deck that has my Imperm, so I only had 1 with me, but 1 Imperm, it's really nice, especially against Grand Maju. You just target a monster and you put it in the back row, so you knock their background down too.
How many times did you combo Imperm with multi-faker?
Never, maybe because I only have 1, but but it never happened. Same thing with this card. So to make up for the Imperms, I only had these with me. So I had 2 Evening Match.
Oh, main deck.
Yeah, main deck. It did not come up. It did not do anything, unfortunately.
And out, I guess.
Yeah, it was just there to there. It never happened. So to make up for more traps, I had 2 Lost Wind. It's just broken, man. Like this card, it makes your opponent think of like how to get out this card because they can't keep linking and summoning from the extra deck because it just comes back. And this is really good against Grand Maju. They just summon Gizmic or they summon their Mammalians. You just hit this with that and they're just a little monster. 3 Crackdowns. This is MVP, man. Like this card is too good. Like I can't tell you how many times I've taken like my opponent's cards, taking Galateas. It didn't come up in this, but you can sometimes take the Ding. And then when they Twin Twister, you can just use Ding's effect or use Ding's effect to protect your field because it's not an activated effect. 2 Compulse, it's really good. Not playing 3, but it's really good. So next and last final traps is the Judgment package, 2 and 2. I didn't want to clog my hands with a whole bunch of judgments because they are burning your life points. And in this deck, sometimes you want to take a little bit of damage to make the most optimal play. So you didn't want to like lose to taking damage, but they're really good cards. Really important to have this against Red Reboot. Obviously, it's good against monster effects. So
Okay, cool.
But yeah, that's it for the main.
What's the main deck count?
40 cards.
40 cards?
Yeah, the best way to run it. Go into the extra deck. 1 Prime Banshee, 3 Hexia. So, standard. Going into your Link 1 plays, you have 3 Amarage and 2 Link Karibo. It could be 3 Link and 1 and 2. It doesn't matter how you play it, honestly. Like I said, I didn't have a deck to play, and this is the only thing I had, so this is why I threw in. But it works really good, especially this with Sangan. So Sangan Spice. And then this comes back when you have a level 1, so there's a lot of shenanigans with this too. This is really spicy. Moving into these cards, both these cards is like just broken. Like you can just co-link them and draw a card. This card lost when I did one time on the Soberist. Popped my opponent's monster on the field, and the lost one came back. So really good. Really good with Crackdown too. I never used these, but these are also really good. So more Nightmare package stuff. This is really good if you can take something and make it. I need to be siding a ding. I did not side a ding, so I would make a change inside a ding. Last 2 cards are these 2. Like I said, I just threw something in to have 15 cards. So this is useless.
Okay. That could be ding, yeah.
Yeah, this could be the ding.
All right.
Best duel is a best duel floodgate, right? Moving into the side. Like I said, it's a little trashy, so don't judge. The third evening match, which is I never really came up. I don't think you want to play 3 anyway. It kind of clogs your hands, and then your opponent makes you go first sometimes, and you just have evening match. Because a lot of people are afraid of evening match when you're playing against Altergeist. The third Judgment, really good to side this in every game because you know your opponent's going to either side the Twin Twister or Red Reboot, so you just need something to negate. Like you need to side in the third if you're not running a third one. 2 Typhoons. Never really used them, but I just wanted to have them just in case you play against Pendulums, because I'm not playing a lot of hand traps, so you have to use this against Pendulums to stop the Endymion stuff.
You get multi-faker.
And you get multi-faker's effect, which is good too. 2 Get Outs, so didn't play against Thunder. This is sometimes good against like certain Orcus decks because you can decide out to Compulse and you just put these 2 in, and it's a good swap, and then you just have a 1 card out, 2 card scenario. Signing in a Metaverse as well, because after that we have 2 of the Sparkcaster Village and 1 Mystic Mine. Again, more combo hate. Going first, especially if you're playing against Sky Striker. Obviously, this is a blowout card, but even certain Orcus decks in Salad, if they can't use spell cards, they pretty much lose. And if they side in Twin Twister and you activate this and then they go into their turn, they have like dig cards in their hand all the time. Played against a Orcus, Cyber Dragon Orcus deck, and he had like machine dupes and everything, but he couldn't use them because of this. And then man, he couldn't out the board. 2 Ghost Ogre, because again, really afraid of combo decks, because if you're playing against like Pendulums or something, they can really blow out your board. And then this is just be a good card sometimes, because if you know your opponent's going to side in heavy back row hate, you might want to have more hand traps instead of actual traps, because you're not going to be able to use your traps. The third DD Crow, really good against Orcus, obviously. It came up a lot because people were using Gizmic out of the graveyard, so they will just pay their 8 to banish, and then you just DD Crow it, and they have less cards in the deck. And it's really important to remember that, like to force your opponent to use Gizmic's effect, because they can banish a lot of the Orcus cards, which happened in a couple of my matchups. My opponent just kept banishing all their Orcus cards, and they couldn't use their Nightmare anymore. And then I had in the finals, my opponent actually decked out. That's how I won. At Frankatops, I guess it's kind of like a Jesse Cotton thing, but like I didn't have anything else said, so I had 1 Frankatops. It actually came up against Grand Maju, because I just put it on the board, attack over the Gizmic, and then I can still pop something later. And then last, the final card is a Border. So I didn't really side this, didn't really use it. I don't know how I feel about this. I guess I didn't use it because it's not a 1-of, and I didn't feel like putting a 1-of in my deck when I can just put in better cards. But in theory, it's really good against Orcus and any combo deck going first. They don't really have an out to it.
Okay.
But yeah, that's it. It's 15 cards, side deck, 40 main, and 15 extra. So
Very nice. Any shoutouts, man?
Shoutouts to the Oklahoma crew. Shoutouts to my gang Maxwell, Dragano. Oklahoma is playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Too, guys. So we're out here. Yeah.
Well, congrats on winning. Sick ass map, man.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks. I'm happy. I wasn't gonna come down, but yeah, I came down and decided to play. So I'm happy I did.
Very nice. All right, man. Well, congrats again. Bortle out.